This video is going to be a little bit more off the cuff. I have delved into this old RWBY theory, which I feel like now more than ever holds more weight as a potential to be true. This theory, I don't know if it's controversial, I don't know if people are down for it or not, I forgot what the consensus is on the theory, but it's the theory that the main 4 RWBY girls will become the 4 maidens. The 4 seasonal maidens, which do not have individual seasonal powers. Now this idea, like, I've always liked this theory, and I don't know why there was a lot of arguments. Was there arguments? I'm not entirely sure. I have a vague memory of a lot of people like disagreeing with this idea in maybe it was a Phoenix Night video. I'm not sure, but either way, I want to express my thoughts on this theory and what could lead to the 4 main RWBY girls becoming the maidens. But to do that first, we need to look at who are the current maidens. So, appropriately named, Cinderfall is the Fall maiden. She obtained her powers from Amber, shown years ago, I presume years ago. It was in a flashback sequence shortly after she hired or got the friendship and worship, friendship/worship, or allegiance of Mercury and Emerald. And Amber, if I am not mistaken, just interesting bit of trivia. Amber's voice actress. I know Amber's voice actress. Hold on. Gosh dang it. Where is it? There it is. Amber. I'm on the RWBY Wiki right now. She was voiced by Laura Bailey. How interesting. Not really. That's just something cool. Anyway, so Cinderfall is the current Fall Maiden, and I love Raven's roast of a name so appropriate it almost sounds like she chose it for herself. Speaking of Raven, Raven Bronwyn is the current Spring Maiden. Now, I couldn't imagine, like, any other, like, character, like, in such a... She's wearing such... Look, she's symbolized by black and red, and yet she's the Spring Maiden. It is so... It's such a weird fucking contrast, but yeah, anyway. And currently, the Winter Maiden is the also very appropriately named Winter Schnee. Previously Penny, previously Freya, but now it's Winter. And also, just on that note, while I'm thinking about it, I don't think there is any... Yeah, I'm looking at the RWBY Wiki here. So yeah, there was Freya, Penny, and then Winter for the Winter Maiden. Unknown, but Raven took the powers from the Spring Maiden. Amber, and then Cinder for the Fall Maiden. And the Summer Maiden, whose identity is unknown. And I feel like... I personally feel like the Summer Maiden is going to be revealed in Volume 9. Either as a character we already know, or as a new character. My personal headcanon, which I'm going to use for the consensus of this theory, Glinda Goodwitch. She was revealed in the previous volume. She had close ties to Ozpin. Well, no, she was revealed in the previous volume, just in that scene where RWBY is like calling out to the world, and they briefly showed Glinda and the other guy, who was a meme in the first few volumes. Anyway, Glinda Goodwitch. I know she's already OP as shit, and she's in, she was in Ozpin's circle, and I feel like because she was legitimately, like, the only woman in Ozpin's circle, I feel like there was a reason for that. Other theories is that she has, or is somehow the relic that Veil was meant to hide. I feel like it's because she's the Maiden. I could easily be wrong. I could easily be corrected and shown off otherwise. But looking at the RWBY Wiki now, it says, in one draft of RWBY After the Fall, the Summer Maiden was set to make an appearance. rescuing Fox Alistair from a battle with some fucking dude. I haven't read After the Fall, but that's just apparently a draft. But they probably changed that. But my consensus is that one way or another, these four. So for now, let's just go with Cinder, Glinda, Winter, and Raven. That these four will sacrifice themselves. That is my fucking headcanon. I mean, in the sense that Glinda, Winter, and Raven will sacrifice themselves. Cinder, I imagine, is going to have to be defeated in order to make that happen. But who gets what power? This is the other thing. Who gets what power? Because it's more so just a title now. The powers are practically the same. The only, difference has been the aura glow of their eyes. But other than that, they are, practically the same. I have not seen anything that would indicate their powers are different. And I think that's a bit sad. I feel like if they had exclusive powers contained to their to what Maiden they are, then that would have been fucking sick, but apparently not. Okay. So I feel like the two which make the most sense are Winter sacrificing herself and giving the powers to Weiss. That just feels emblematic. That just feels too perfect. And yeah, why not? And Raven sacrificing herself and giving her power to Yang. When I say sacrificing themselves, I mean in battle. I mean, in the middle of battle, for one reason or another, they get killed. Their power doesn't get absorbed by Cinder. You know how she's got that grim arm. She's trying to suck the power out of people. No. I feel like Raven and Winter will sacrifice themselves in battle. They will die for whatever reason, and their powers will go on to Weiss and Yang, respectively. That just leaves Cinder Fall, the Fall Maiden, and in my headcanon, in my theory head mind space, Glinda Goodwitch, the Summer Maiden. Now, as perfect as it would be for Glinda to get, for Glinda to pass the Summer Maiden powers on to RWBY because her mother was Summer, that would leave Blake taking on and being in the last memories of Cinder, which I feel like is weird. I don't know if, I'm not sure what series of events would lead to Blake being in Cinder's last thoughts, apart from brutal murder. As in, she's fucking stabbing Cinder or something like that. She's somehow killed Cinder and is the last thing she sees before she dies. And that also leads on to the thought of, Penny was able to... Penny sacrificed herself getting stabbed by Jean and was able to, envision Winter and give Winter the power. And I don't know, I don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure it was a thing if the power... If a woman isn't in the dying maiden's last thoughts, it just gets spread around to someone random, which would suck. I mean, that would not... We're nearing the conclusion of RWBY, guys. Like it or not, we're going to the last town, the last big major... What is it, capital? Yeah, the last capital... Oh, no. You know what I mean. Four Kingdoms, sorry. We're going to the last of the Four Kingdoms. So it only feels right that, we start to wrap things up a bit. I know this whole thing with the new weird alternative universe thing is happening, so... What, alternative universe, this weird fucking alt dimension, the fucking fell into the void, I've talked about it before in other RWBY videos. But, yeah, so... I think we need to somehow establish a rivalry between Blake and Cinder. For now, it's RWBY and Cinder now believes she's fucking killed RWBY. She believes that RWBY is out of the way, doesn't matter, so when they come back... Okay, I actually just thought of a reason now. Everyone got really upset in Volume 8 when Neo and Cinder... Well, it was mostly Neo, yet to be fair. Neo knocked Yang off, and the one that had the biggest cry about it was Blake. Not Yang's literal sister RWBY, but then again she was immediately attacked by Neo. So okay. Blake had a huge reaction to that. She fell to the ground crying. Say, for context, watch my my Cinderfall and Neapolitan character assessment videos. In the Neapolitan one, I established the idea of Neapolitan turning good. A lot of people have been wanting that as well, because she's a fan favorite character. So say, in this other dimension they fell into because of the void thing, Neo becomes good. So when the gang all returns, Blake wants some manner of revenge, since Neapolitan, the one that, yes, attacked Yang, met her fall, is now good. The only target left is Cinder. And Cinder believes her rivalry with RWBY is over because she's taken care of them. Quote unquote, she's taken care of them now. So this can establish a new rivalry between Blake and Cinder, which will lead to either Cinder somehow dying, or Blake maybe having to kill her, or in some manner, power transfers to Blake. That could be how it works. And yeah, Linda, as powerful as she is, I feel like there's a reason she was shown again. I know there's been a whole thing, I think with her voice actress leaving, like her voice actress, Kathleen Zulich? I'm gonna quickly look it up. She's apparently, yeah, she worked as a producer for RWBY, and then she left. So, oh no. Oh, well, apparently... This is going to be very, I said this was off the cuff, guys, and this is off the cuff. According to the RWBY Wiki, during early 2017, Kathleen's alcoholic behavior caused her to insult both former co-workers on Twitter. Because of this, she was fired from both Red vs. Blue and RWBY as a result. Okay. So she is actually gone, so they're going to obviously have to replace her voice actress, which is fine. But they brought her back for a reason. She was shown in that scene for a reason. So, and because of her importance in Ozpin's group and how powerful she is with the semblance of telekinesis, I feel like why not give her the power of a maiden? Like, because introducing a new character at this point and saying, hey, these guys are important, this chick's important, she's the maiden. They could do that, but there's already that many fucking characters in RWBY. It is so difficult to keep up with everyone already. So, like, I think having an already established character, a little bit older as well, Linda, you can assume she's older because she's a freaking teacher and she's experienced. So Glinda, why not? She's already powerful as fuck, but give it to her. She could be like the standout in the fight back of defending Vale when they do have to, I believe they will have to eventually return to Vale as well. But she could be a standout in the fight. So that's my hypothesis, that's my theory. I feel like it would be wonderful if RWBY wrapped up with 10 seasons. I feel like Volume 9 feels like it's going to be primarily focused in this alternative universe with Team RWBY, Neo, and Jean, while all the shit's happening in Vacuole. I don't... Again, I've talked about it many times, but I don't know if there's an official confirmation that the RWBY team have written ahead a few volumes. I don't know if that's gone up to Volume 10 or not. They could probably conclude with Volume 10 or maybe Volume 11 or 12, but it seems right that we soon learn the identity of the Summer Maiden The other maiden, like Raven, returns. Winter still headfirst in the fight, and Cinder gets defeated. So, to me, that all works. To me, that is the right direction if they're going to make the Team RWBY girls the Maidens, which, why not? It would be very emblematic, it would be very pog, but yeah, we'll see where things go. Regardless, that's my idea, that's my theory, bringing back an old RWBY theory, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please be sure to check out my other RWBY videos. I've been making a lot more RWBY content as of late, as if you haven't noticed, my character assessments on Neapolitan, Revenge or Redemption, and Cinder Fall, the downfall, like why she's destined to fail, and my predictions for RWBY Volume 9. Please check them all out, and thank you so much for watching, guys. Have a good one.